Hello guys and welcome back into another episode of the Discovery Tours from Assassin's Creed Origins. My name is Paid Blood and today I believe we can learn about the city of Alexandria, itself history. Let's have a look. It says introduction to Alexandria, so possibly yes. We one of the shorter ones, but I'm probably gonna do some exploring, so stay with me guys.
Welcome to Introduction to Alexandria.
So we had a chance to walk those streets before. Let's just go to the next station.
After conquering Egypt in 331 BCE, Alexander the Great decided to build a new city, which, as per his habit, he named after himself. After his death, Alexandria quickly became the capital city of the Ptolemaic kingdom and the most important city of the Greek world.
Not that I'm surprised, looking how it looked.
The city was built between the Mediterranean Sea and Lake Mareotis, which resulted in Alexandria becoming a crucial cultural hub and trading center.
Oh, that was it. I was just if I look at the map again, we've seen this before, but not in this scale. But as you see, it's the same, still the same thing. So quite a massive city, really. Quite easily. Yeah, definitely a size of a small town, a decent-sized town in present day as well. Very, very impressive, really. This could be easily like the Manhattan Island, isn't it? About the same size, plus you get the small islands. Yeah, I think it was about the same. Instead of the Statue of Liberty, it's the lighthouse. But yeah, this to me looks like Manhattan Island. Out of my way. So I just got a bit distracted again. I wanted to see the trees in there.
Sumptuous buildings could be seen wherever one turned their gaze. The royal palaces, the many temples, the gymnasium, lush public gardens, and large avenues.
And certainly I agree. So this is the detail again of the palace entrance, I believe. Yeah, that's the Cleopatra's palace, and then down there must be the library and the rest. This is probably some kind of a fort miniature. I can see amphitheater in here and some nice garden. The whole thing was the palace and isn't it? That's the stuff for the horses. What's in this shop? So, book library of some sort. Yeah, he's selling books essentially. Interesting. And those are, yeah, the jewelry. It's actually making one. Here he is. Well, we're not going to disturb in that case. Let's just go for the next station.
With its incomparable beauty and advantageous geographic location, Alexandria attracted foreigners, intellectuals, and traders. One of the most cosmopolitan cities of the ancient world, Alexandria supplanted even Athens as the most important Greek city in history.
And that says a lot, isn't it? I mean, Athens even now are really fabulous and very important. But even back in the day, Alexandria almost instantly became to be the most important city within the Greek territory.
Egyptian obelisks were highly prized by Roman architects. While Roman design previously favored the use of a single monument, Egyptian obelisks tended to come in pairs, and were generally located at the entrance of temples. Several ancient Egyptian obelisks are still in existence today, though many are spread out across the world in locations such as Paris, Rome, New York, and London. All of this shows that Alexandria was significantly influenced by the rich past of Egypt.
And yet the most famous one is probably in Washington right now. I'm sure you guys know which one I'm talking about. Oh. Funny enough, most recently you probably seen it in a Spider-Man movie when he was climbing up the obelisk, essentially called the monument.
Alexandria had several main streets. Its most famous artery was the Canopic Way. It was lined with sumptuous buildings, houses, and temples, and was roughly 8 kilometers in length. This street was one of the most important shipping entrances to Alexandria, and often hosted processions and festivals.
Absolutely stunning, isn't it? Once again, yeah, so this, if that was 8 kilometers long, means it's definitely longer than the strip in Las Vegas. If you've been there, then you know what I'm talking about. And that's already impressive and long walk. And this promenade seems to be even longer, so let's look at the actual depiction. So that will suggest the game is not actually in scale, else they probably not finish the game, I guess. The city will be just way too large. What they could done is this what we can see. I don't know how accurate is the depiction on that picture right there, but if that was any accurate, then what we actually have is probably 1/3 size of the actual one.
The width of the street, 30 meters, was abnormally large even by Greek standards. This is likely because the Canopic Way was made in a short span of time and based on an urban plan, as opposed to being slowly built over time, as was usual for the era.
Yeah, it's definitely 30 meters wide. That's crazy, isn't it? But they knew what they were doing. This is a repair shop for the chariots. I'll definitely say so. Okay, back to the tour.
The Canopic Way originated in the western cemeteries, skirted the gymnasium, and then exited the city to head east through massive doorways towards Canopus. This structure was known as the Canopic Door.
And that was the last one, isn't it? It was, so the Canopic Door is this one probably. Meaning there must be gymnasium somewhere close by. I would love to see the ancient gym. Let's see if we can find it. Now this looks more likely going to the slums. So I mean it's a residential area for the poor residents. Woman making food, I assume. Is it a bread? So that's the poor area, so I assume on the other side those buildings look a bit more respectable. Ah, this is the market still. This is definitely the market. Yeah. And they're actually making the clothes in here. I would love to see them working on it. Maybe it will start at some point. Okay, so what's she doing? I thought there was a noise of something. we go sit in here? What's gonna happen? No, she's just standing there. Okay, what is in here? Oh, that's another shop. Well, we'll assume that apologies, gymnasium will be actually shown at some point somewhere, but just to make sure, I will prefer it. What is this? What is it? No, that's still going into the market area. Because there are no icons, at least in my vicinity, to see that there may be a tour. What they can be possibly making here? Oasis of sorts. What are we gonna do if we stand here? Just 10 minutes, isn't it? Well, let's give it one more try. I saw something in here. Something interesting. That's the same. Yeah, different guy doing the same thing. Of course, at some point the developers had no choice but to multiply stuff, and although it's exactly the same thing, it still doesn't really destroy the kind of impression or the immersion of the game. I still it's much better because everything is populated really. The city is alive. I don't really care that much. It's probably the same character. Or same characters repeating for sure, and it's the same tools and same kind of things going on all around the city. Because in a sense, it will have to happen anyway. You can't have just one shop or one blacksmith, but in the center, and that's it. They most likely gonna be at least 2 or 3 in different corners. This one is making baskets. Very interesting. This looks like a nice stairs. Sorry, mister. I pushed you out of the way. It's going into the garden, and there's more stuff. Those dudes are probably just writing down scores, possibly, or taxman or something. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna need some height to perhaps find a gymnasium. That's definitely the whole market area. Now that is a restaurant of sorts. What can be that? Now we know there's shops in there and a lot of blacksmiths and stuff. This is some kind of important building. It must be a palace of sorts or temple. Well, it's a shame, but hopefully we're gonna see that in the end of the episode somewhere, at some point. In the meantime, my name is Plain and Blood, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.